My inspiration. Yeah, this is a lot of things people are asking me about my inspiration. They're like, which architects did you see? Did you see like big buildings and aspire to build big buildings? And I just didn't think of those buildings. I was just like, I want to make something with my hands. And whichever course offers me a choice to make something with my hands, I'll do it. And then I remember after my 10th standard board exams, I was researching a bit and I found, me and my mom actually, we found the field of architecture where I just heard in college you get this opportunity to make projects, and we had a neighbor who was an architecture student, and outside his house you could see his garbage bags filled entirely with like cardboard and glue guns and all that stuff. And I loved it because that's what I was doing especially in COVID when there was lockdown. I used to just take like random boxes and like just put them together, make something. And that is when I found the calling that a course like this exists, a career like this exists, and that's why I wanted to pursue it. So if there were big buildings and flashy buildings which I saw, I don't think I was inspired a lot by them. I mean, they are beautiful buildings. I want to build buildings like that, but that was not my initial calling to the field. So it was a very funny story. Any advice to my juniors? Listen to your parents. I didn't listen to my parents in 11th standard. I was doing a lot of stuff in 11th standard. They sound annoying. They're meant to be annoying, I feel, at one stage. Listen to your parents. Study by yourself. That is the most important. You don't listen to your parents as much as you should study by yourself. I'm saying that. Don't come at me. But yeah, just study by yourself. I'm not saying you don't need to, but I would appreciate if most people relied more on themselves to study and not rely on anyone else to get their job done, basically. Of course you can rely on your teachers, they'll help you, but then in the end you have to study. Your teachers won't study for you. So yeah, just be self-reliant to some extent. That's all that was. Nothing is urgent. That's what my granddad told me. Nothing is urgent. Take it chill. It's not like you have to just sit and study. I mean, that's what I just said. I sat in front of my books and I studied. But keep a balance is what I would say. Keep a balance between your studies, your school, your friends, family. Try to strike as much balance as possible, and yeah, in the end you'll achieve everything. It might be a bit slow, but then you'll have a good family life, you'll have a good study life, work life maybe in the future. So yeah, that's the advice I would give. So this actually happened to me one time in my 12th standard midterm, where there was a 4-day holiday for a physics paper, and I didn't study for 2 days. I did not end up doing well in that physics paper, so that was a lesson. But in the board exam itself, I know it sounds so stupid when I say it, but in the board exam itself, I had a few days holiday for the same physics paper, of which one day I just slept. But then I'm like, and I need the score. That was one motivation which I had, and then I remember I was in bed, and then I was like, what am I doing? what did I not do anything today? And then the realization hit me that I need the score. I cannot afford to just throw away this score for the sake of just sleeping on my bed the whole day. And then it was actually a scary thought that night. But it actually scared me more than it motivated me, and it was out of fear actually that I studied the next day. But then gradually, once I got into the groove of studying, I just continued the next day and the next day, and then I gave the exam, and then the exam went pretty well too. So yeah, I think you learn from your mistakes. If you have procrastinated before, which I'm sure everyone has, you will know that there will be a point where you cannot afford to procrastinate, and more than motivation, it will scare you. It will scare you that it might not happen because I was just too lazy to do it. And once you're older, you will feel that I could have done so much more if I just not slept that day or just not gone through YouTube. So that is the big advice I would